Hello everyone, it's Melinda here with CatSmashPuzzles, and today I'm doing a Blanc puzzle, and this one is called Tiles for Miles, Spain. And as you can see, it's a very detailed picture of some very intricate architecture. It was very hard to say that. I had to say that a few times. But it is, I think this is probably in Seville, Spain, if I were to guess, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's very detailed, very colorful. No, I think it kind of reminds me of Game of Thrones, where they filmed. I'm forgetting where Pedro Pascal's character came from. I'm forgetting the name of their city, but I think that's kind of what it reminds me of. But I have done a similar puzzle like this. It was actually a challenge puzzle from speedpuzzling.com, and I think that was done a very long time ago when I first started speed puzzling. And I think I did that puzzle in about an hour and a half, or just under the hour and a half. So I know this is going to be a bit of a difficult puzzle. And so my goal for this one will just to try to stay under the hour. I don't think I'll be under 45 minutes, unfortunately. It's a possibility. I'm very good at buildings, but I think the amount of detail in this is going to be kind of difficult to kind of recognize and put together. Also, I do think that they don't always have the whole picture on the front of the box. I'm going to have to kind of put it up like this. And the box is not like something I can just slide out of my puzzle holder here. It's like if I can open it. There we go. It's like a tray opener, kind of like Boardwalk. I can kind of set it upright like that. But I kind of do like Blanc puzzles. I think that they're really decent quality. They're a lot of fun to do. I have a couple of 300 pieces that I've been practicing, but they aren't the easiest puzzles in the world. So I looked on myspeedpuzzling.com, and no one's under 50 minutes on this. So that's why I'm kind of just sticking with the under the hour goal. And I think recently a pair did this, Chloe and Sky, and they're actually one of the fastest pairs I've ever seen in the US. And I think they did it in 31 minutes, which over 30 minutes for one of the fastest pairs. This is going to be a tough puzzle. So I got my work cut out for me. I have about 2 more Blanc puzzles that I got from the puzzle swap. I did get this from the puzzle swap. And so recently I've had a puzzle that was missing 30 pieces, so hopefully that's just one time, and I don't mind missing 1 or 2 pieces. That's not the end of the world, but that amount is quite detrimental for speed. And so hopefully there won't be too many missing pieces on this puzzle and the other Blanc puzzles I have, because I do like to collect the Blanc puzzles. I think I don't know, there's just something about them that just kind of really entices me, and I just like the pictures that they kind of present. So, Tiles for Miles, Spain. 500-piece puzzle. Let's smash it. this was Tiles for Miles Spain by Blanc Puzzles, 500-piece puzzle, and I did this in 51 minutes and 4 seconds. So, was successful and stayed under the hour, and actually, this time would put me in first place on myspeedpuzzling.com by 2 seconds. To be fair, it was actually Jasper's time, and it was apparently his second attempt. So, you know, for my first attempt, wasn't too bad. And Blanc puzzles are a very good pickup test. But yes, sadly, there is a piece missing. I could not find it. And so, that's a little disappointing. But one piece missing, completely okay. Versus 30 pieces, I'm happy with that. I will keep this in my collection just for practice purposes. It actually went rather well. The only one I struggled with just a tad was the kind of the green-pink column here, sort of 3/4 the way into the puzzle. But the pink floor was easy to distinguish. Everything else just had its own distinct colors. The center here wasn't too bad. I just think that a few of the pillars kind of moving your way inward was a little bit tricky. But otherwise, I had a lot of fun with it. I do wonder that I think Blanc puzzles are buffalo games, because I kind of recognize this kind of piece shape here. It has that little, I think it's like that little squiggle. You can kind of see a little squiggly here. And I've only seen that with Buffalo Games puzzles. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, they are. Buffalo Games LLC. Okay, that makes sense. I wasn't 100% on that. But I really do like Blanc puzzles. Box are nice. It just, you know, always fun to do. And I have a couple more I'll be doing. I'm not sure if I'll do a long video on them or I'll just do them both as shorts, but I do want to introduce this brand to you because it is one of my favorites that I'm collecting. And just kind of challenge myself. You know, if anything, the other puzzle that I did of theirs a while back, I did it in like an hour and a half. So I do think that I've improved greatly since then. And I think that, you know, goals were successful. I did the border initially. I did flip all the pieces, so I'm kind of being pretty consistent with that tactic. I didn't use my puzzle trays on this one. I thought about it, but I decided not to. I kind of thought they would be big pieces, but since it's a 500 piece, apparently they're a little smaller. So maybe the next Blanc puzzle I do, I'll use the puzzle trays. But I'm still a little bit inaccurate at getting all the border pieces. One or two is okay to be missing, but I was missing about 5 to 6. So if I can kind of reduce that a little bit, that would be good. I also flipped the sort of the border about 4 minutes, which is under my 4.5-minute goal. Now, I am recording this video after the showdown, and there was a flipping contest at the showdown. So basically, they had the 300-piece puzzle that everybody did for the solo, and you just flip all the pieces over. That was it. You didn't have to do the puzzle, and you were just timing that. Well, I did it in about 1:45. Not bad. But Shay did it in 56 seconds, which is crazy. So I can tell you right now, she's like one of the fastest flippers I've ever seen for puzzle pieces. And so it was just quite amazing. And I think Christina was about 15, 20 seconds behind her. So Christina also beat me on that. So my flipping definitely needs improvement. I'm very discombobulated. My hands don't quite coordinate with that as well. And I've tried the technique of collecting the border pieces in my hand as I'm flipping, so I'm not wasting time putting all the pieces every single time over. And it kind of slows me down. I think I've tried this technique a few times. I kind of did it with this puzzle for just a little bit. I don't know. I have to maybe figure out something else with that because I don't think that's going to work for me. My hands get once they get full of pieces, I'm holding pieces now I can't utilize all my fingers. So it's kind of a weird dynamic. I might have to figure out a new tactic for that. I kind of have been flinging the pieces over, so like my hand doesn't get it doesn't go all the way over here and puts the pieces away, kind of flings it over. But that works on my personal puzzle board here. Probably won't work in competition because the tables aren't smooth and easy to slide pieces on. So maybe I'll have to try different tactics regarding flipping and sorting the border. But something I have to kind of improve on. But yeah, I really did enjoy the puzzle. It was kind of fun. Not too difficult, but a little bit slow regarding my pieces per minute, though. So I wasn't under 45 minutes, but we stayed under the hour. So can't complain about this one. I do have one more video that I'll be doing, and then I'll go over the DFW Showdown. That'll be 2 videos, going over my solo and teams competition in the first one, and then we'll be going over the pairs and pairs relay in the second one. Lots to say, a lot of fun things, and it was my kind of my last in-person event for a little while. So looking forward to sharing how that went, and hopefully it inspires you to go to a speed puzzling contest. No matter what your skill level is, I always think it's a lot of fun, massive community effort, massive meeting a lot of new people who like puzzles. I'll be looking forward to presenting that to y'all. But as for Tiles for Miles from Blanc Puzzles, technically, we smashed it. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.